Welcome to today's Starseed Healing Circle. This is our 5th week for the month, so we will have a session today for everyone. And in our 5-week sessions, we usually do a Kundalini Yoga, breath work, meditation, or some form of Qigong or technique or whatever. Something nice and easy. In today's session, we are going to do a Kundalini Yoga meditation. So we'll tune in with the Adi mantra. We'll do our meditation, which is going to be a very short one, but a very powerful one. And then we'll close with chanting Sat Nam. So I'll just explain everything in a second. Let's have a look at what we're doing. So what we'll do is we're going to tune in with the Adi mantra. The Adi mantra, this is our first mantra that we use within Kundalini Yoga. Adi means beginning or original, first, primary, or everything, or the source. Mantra is a phrase or invocation, a prayer, a call for, or it's words of power. The mantra we'll be using is Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om is the creative energy within the cosmos. So Om is the void, the nothingness. And Ong is our first creation that comes from that void. I'll talk about Ong in a second. We'll want to just go dive a little bit deeper into that one. Namo, or Namaha, or Nama, as it is in Sanskrit, means belly, or like as in your stomach. To bow down or to bow to, or to, it's a salutation, so it's a greeting of sorts. Guru, usually people know Guru as teacher. Gu means darkness, Ru means light. So Guru means transforming darkness to light. So the teacher brings the wisdom to the fore. Dev, also known as Deve or Deva, is an angel or the divine. So it's it could be God energy or just divine energy. So when we chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo, we are honoring our own inner wisdom and your own inner divinity. And you are your own inner teacher and guide. This is what I love about Kundalini Yoga. We don't give our power away. You claim your power. So when we chant this Om Namo Gurudev Namo, you give your ego permission to step aside. You're basically saying to your ego, you know what? I want some time to practice. I want some time for my own development. Ego, step to the side, please, because I am now contacting my inner guidance, my inner teacher, my inner divinity. So super, super powerful. Okay, so that's going to be our tune in, and we'll do this 3 times. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Ong, because Ong is going to be the first syllable that we're going to be chanting. And it's also going to be the major component of our meditation today. So when we chant Ong, your mouth is obviously going to be nice and open. So Ah. Take the tip of your tongue and place it just behind your teeth. And as you chant the sound, slide your tongue backwards along the palate as far back as you can, and then you slide it forward again. So it's going to be Ong. Try that. This is not something that they normally teach you during a session. They just say chant Ong. But when you do the tongue sliding along the palate, what we're doing is we're activating different senses and receptors within the mouth, within the brain, within our nervous system. And you'll find that when you do your Ong that way, it's going to take you to another depth. It's going to bring you more focused into the now. So Om. Also, try and imagine that you're breathing out through your nose. So it's a little bit of a harder one. Your mouth is open, but you are going to try to breathe out through your nose. So that's going to be the Ong. Ong. also here there'll be subtle differences as we chant the Ong. So when we do our tune in a second, the rhythm there is going to be Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We normally chant this in one breath. So you're going to take a deep breath in and you're going to chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a deep breath in and you're going to repeat it. We'll do it 3 times. If your breath it does not stretch that long, then you can go Om Namo. Take a breath in. Gurudev Namo. So there's a lot of teachers teaching it in 2 breaths, but traditionally it is done only in 1 breath. You also don't need to go on as long as I do. You do not need to be in tune with me. This is not a singing competition. The way or the nice thing about these mantras is that when you produce your sound, you will produce a sound that your body needs for your own personal healing. So my sound is for my healing, your sound is for your healing. It doesn't matter whether it sounds like a song or whether it sounds like something terrible or allegedly or whatever was seen as terrible. There's no such thing. Doesn't matter if you are in tune, out of tune, whatever. The sound that you will produce will be the sound that is correct for your body. So don't judge yourself, don't be hard on yourself. Just chant and allow yourself to experience the experience. As we chant Om Namo Gurudev Namo, what also happens is we are activating different cavities within the body, within the head, within the chest, and within the gut. And so what we're doing is we're getting our head, heart, and gut brains into alignment. So as I mentioned, we're getting our ego out of the way, we're tuning into our own inner wisdom and guide, and we are getting our body in alignment by aligning the head, the heart, and the gut. So there's a lot happening in just this one mantra, which is why we always start Kundalini Yoga sessions with this one mantra. Okay, so that's going to be our opening up and our start. Then let's look at our setup for today. So the meditation we'll be doing is meditation for absolutely powerful energy. This is a technique that you do whenever you have a really difficult day ahead of you, or perhaps you are halfway through a difficult day, or perhaps this is one of those days where you just need energy. This is really good for those brain drain days. So the days where you've got brain fog or you just can't think straight, or if you need your energy to be balanced in a really, really quick way. Very important for this particular technique, as I mentioned, it's short, it's quick, it's not difficult, but you do want to have a little bit of time after the session where you can relax or nap or sleep. Okay, so if you cannot nap, relax, or sleep for even just a little bit after the session, then I would say pause this recording, shut the recording down, and wait for a time when you can do this. A really good time to do this as well is just before bedtime, before going to bed. This is not always possible. Of course, if you're facing a hard day, you may be halfway through it and you go like, oh my word, I just need some energy right now, or I just need some strength to take me through this day. And then you want to do this technique. The technique is quick, but you do want that relaxation time. Even if you're just going to be sitting eyes closed and meditate for 5 or 10 minutes afterwards, just give yourself that time. In today's session, what we're going to do is we will do the technique, and then we're going to tune out immediately after that with a Satnam, and I'll talk about that in a second as well, and then I'll finish the video. So your rest, nap, or sleep is your responsibility, because I am going to go relax, nap, or sleep after I'm done with this recording. That's my responsibility. Okay, so here is what we're going to be doing. You're going to find a comfortable position to sit in. So that's your meditation position, whether it is cross legs, easy pose, or rock pose, sitting on your knees, or sitting in a chair, or sitting on a meditation bench, whatever is going to work for you. It's not a very long technique, so it's not going to be very difficult to get you comfortable. The mudra we'll be using, mudra as a gesture, is the Kali Mudra. So let's quickly just get back. And the Kali Mudra has some variations to it. So traditionally, Kali Mudra is done with your right baby finger on the outside. So those two fingers are interlacing. Then your ring fingers are connected and all the other fingers are connected. And then you've got your left thumb on top. That's traditionally how the Kali Mudra is done. But for this particular technique, we have it switched around. So the left pinky will be at the bottom. You'll have your ring fingers together and we're going to interlace so that your right thumb is on top. Okay, so right thumb on top for this particular technique. Ring fingers. I just happen to have rings on, on both sides. Okay, then your hands are going to be in front of your diaphragm, a little bit away from the body, and your arms are going to be bent about 60 degrees. So just find where that is for you. So you want 60 degrees up into the air, which may be about, I think when you have your arms at your 60-degree angle, it's going to be about a 90-degree angle with your arm itself, but you want your fingers pointing up at 60 degrees. Kundalini Yoga is all about angles and degrees and things like that. So usually we'll have straight arms, but the arms will be at some angles. Usually we're working with 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees. So that you'll always find the degrees within Kundalini Yoga. And that's because they access different parts of the body and our system. So 60 degrees is associated with the lungs and the heart. So the job for 60 degrees is to strengthen our lungs and our heart and also our nervous system. Okay, so let's come back to our technique again. So we've got our Kali Mudra, which is in position. We've already said that that must be 60 degrees and it must be in line with your diaphragm. So you want your arms a little bit away from the body. Don't want the arms high up and we don't want to have it too low. So you just want to find that position. We will have our eyes closed. Usually our drishti, we've got a very specific way of looking within Kundalini Yoga. For this particular one, eyes closed, no particular direction for your eyes to look. And then we're going to be chanting Ong, and we'll chant Ong the same way as what we've done it within the tune in. It's going to be a very long Ong, but you're going to use your own speed and rhythm. So it does not have to match mine. If you are faster, that's okay. If you are slower, that's okay. You want 5 ongs. Okay, so not 6, not 7, not 4, we want 5. Okay, and again, we're working with numbers, we're working with angles. The numbers are important. Our brain works with 4. So our brain normally wants to stop at 4. So when we tune into the heart space, we're tuning in with the number of 5. So what we do, when you may notice that there's going to be a shift. You may get 1, 2, 3, and you sort of go, and it's all good. And then when you get to 4, it almost feels like you want to stop. And then that 5th one is going to take you over into the heart space. Okay, so whatever your speed is, that's all good. Now, I'm going to be sitting while doing this, but you can take this further if you really wanted to, but you have to be very careful with this one. So if you're going to take this further, you can do it within a neck stand. And what I suggest you do is, if you like, I've got wooden floors over here, so I just have my blanket that I folded, and that gave me that support for the neck. And you also want your body supported by a wall or something. Don't try and do this without any support. It's possible to do, but for safety, I don't want anybody breaking any necks or anything doing this technique. Have yourself supported with a wall. This is also easier said than done, because to get yourself into that position is not the easiest thing to do, because normally when we go plow, we will be far away from the wall. So the way that I did it was to sit really close to the wall. I sat sideways and I literally had my neck and my head next to the wall, And then I very slowly turned myself around while I got the legs up. Even then, I was a little bit further away from the wall. So luckily, I'm on a wooden floor with a blanket, so I could push myself back closer towards the wall. And you want yourself to be as flat against that wall as possible. You do the Kali Mudra as well, same thing. And we're wanting to get that 60-degree angle as much as possible. Remember I said that when we point at 60 degrees, we normally have about a 45-degree angle between the arms. And you want your arm in front of the diaphragm. Doing this inverted is a little bit harder, especially with your mudra, because now we're working with the shoulders and your neck has been bent really, really deeply. And if you are going to be doing your chanting will probably be a bit shorter. But doing it this way is very, very, very potent. And you're definitely going to want to take a little bit of a nap after that one. And I just noticed I'm dressed like a little lotus flower today with my green leaves and my pink shirt. Okay, so we're going to do our chanting. We'll give a moment afterwards just to tune in and feel what we feel, and then we're going to tune out. And I'll just bring your attention back to that. We can be tuning out with Sat Nam. Sat means truth or reality. Nam means name or identity. So truth is my identity. And this is going to be a long Sat with a short Nam. So it's going to be Sat Nam. And we'll do that 3 times at the end. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to do our tuning and then we'll do our meditation. Find your comfortable seated position. Rub your palms together. Close your eyes. Press your palms together and then press your thumbs into your sternum. A little bit of pressure there. Close your eyes and roll your eyes up to look here at your brow in the center of your head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, suspend the breath. Squeeze in at the perineum, pull your rectum, sex organs up. Squeeze your navel in towards your spine and up. Tip of the tongue up on your roof of your mouth. Eyes roll up. Crystallize the experience. Exhale. Place your hands on your lap. And just take a moment to experience the experience. Let's prepare for our practice. Little finger down, ring or left little finger at the bottom, right one on top. We're going to get our ring fingers together, interlace so that your right thumb is on top. Hands are going to be in front of the diaphragm. Your ring fingers are pointing up at 60 degrees. Close your eyes. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale deeply to chant Ong. We're doing that 5 times. Inhale. Squeeze the perineum, pull navel in and up, sex organs in and up, rectum in and up. Suspend the breath. Or roll the eyes up to your third eye, to your brow. Suspend the breath. Crystallize the experience. Exhale. Gently release your mudra. Rest your hands on your knees. Experience the experience. Bring your palms together. Rub the palms. Press palms together. Little pressure. Press the thumbs into your sternum. Eyes are closed. Roll your eyes up to your brow. We're going to tune out with a long sat, short nam. We're doing that 3 times. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Inhale deeply to tune out. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on.